Edinburgh really has my heart in every single way.
I knew there is this University of Edinburgh, but I didn't know how good it was until I explored.
I had a hard time with my transition moving internationally, but then I got off of the train when I was first moving here, and I'm walking past the Royal Mile and I'm hearing this really chipper bagpipes and I'm crying. It felt really warm and exciting.
I think that my preference normally lies in being closer to the city and then a bus ride to the Institute of Regeneration and Repair, just because I feel like living around the city makes me feel part of it.
I wasn't quite sure which areas would be best for me to live, so applying through university housing made that whole experience a lot easier for me. So I live within a 5-minute walk of any university building I might need.
A lot of people say that I live almost outside the city. I don't believe that. Town is, if I take the bus, which is a direct bus, 20 minutes of journey, which I feel is very nice. It's not very far. I mean, especially for me because I come from Delhi. Most of my studies are taking place in the Bioquarter campus of the university. So I chose to stay near the area, which is 10 minutes walk. I don't want to invest a lot of time into travel.
It's a city, but you can still walk around and you don't have to travel far away just to go to green spaces.
I would say the #1 spot is probably the Meadows, just because it's so close to all of the uni buildings. I kind of would describe it as the Central Park of Edinburgh, because I'm from New York.
One of my favorite places to go in the city is the Blank Street Cafe. It serves, I think, one of the best matchas that I've had. I hang out with my friends getting a matcha, sitting in the Princess Street Gardens under the sun. The view is spectacular. We see a landscape of the old heritage buildings of Edinburgh, which is why tourists from all over the world come to this city to get that view, to get that landscape.
There are certain buildings that kind of give that whimsical, magical feeling, especially the old college. There are plenty of places that I love to study on campus and off campus. 7 George Square has a ton of different department libraries, which are very quiet and very cool. I think they're really beautiful. It's really cool being an international student where there are a lot of international students, because it's an opportunity to learn so much so quickly.
I have one flatmate who comes from Africa. I have one flatmate who comes from South Asia. And just learning about different cultures is a very enriching experience.
I was so confused at first when my friends would ask me what's for tea? And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I learned that tea is dinner or an evening meal. So I was like, oh, okay, now I know. The food is way better than I expected it to be. A classic New York foods that I've found locally. Babka is, I think, kind of a smaller bakery. They have a really good bagel with smoked salmon, or what I call lox, and cream cheese. Also, Civerino's, of course, pretty true to New York pizza.
For ice cream, Mary's Milk Bar is just amazing. I just actually recently went with my sister and I was like, oh, I forgot how good this place is. It's so good.
You think you know the city, but then there are so many more things in the city that you might not be aware of.
Recently, Portobello has been really nice, going and swimming in the sea, kind of an escape from city center.
I'm a musician and I love music, so another thing that I also like is the festival, going to the theatre and watching some shows. I've been to a couple of them with my friends. I also like to go to different orchestra concerts. I've been to some in the Usher Hall, which have been great. I've been very grateful to join the Edinburgh University Music Society. It has really been a huge privilege. I can't express with words how much it has done to me personally and how much I have grown also musically because of that. I really can't live without music.
I think there's some superstition about how you have to hike up Arthur's Seat in your first week of studying here and touch the top in order to graduate. So I did that with my friends. It was a great way to get acquainted with the city because you can see everything from above.
I just love Edinburgh, and I'm starting to feel like home here, and I'm really comfortable and I'm very settled, and I like where I live and I like who I'm surrounded by, and it's full of international students. It's just the energy that Edinburgh gives, I just really like.